Okay, what if you could clone any voice, yours, mine, and have it speak any language just like that? It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, right? Well, it's not. Today, we're going to dive into ElevenLabs. This is the company that's making AI voices so ridiculously real, they're shaking up everything from Hollywood blockbusters to the call you make for customer support. But look, before we get into the nitty-gritty, you just have to hear this. The audio clip I'm about to play was created from this simple prompt right here. Just listen. I mean, come on, how incredible is that? That's the magic we're talking about, turning a few lines of text into a voice that sounds completely, well, human. So, how did we get to this point? Well, here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll talk about how we finally said goodbye to those old, clunky, robotic voices. Then we'll dive into the toolbox, the AI creative suite that creators are going wild for. After that, we'll look at how conversational AI is being used by some huge global brands. And to wrap it all up, we're going to get a little philosophical and ask, what happens when your voice is basically just software? All right, let's kick things off with the big problem that ElevenLabs just completely crushed. For years, I mean years, text-to-speech sounded, well, you know the sound. It was flat, totally lifeless, and just robotic. Yeah, that era? It's over. Done. The big breakthrough, the secret sauce here, is creating audio that's actually rich with emotion. It sounds human. This isn't just a machine reading words off a page anymore. No, it's about capturing all the little things, the subtle shifts in tone, the pacing, the rhythm that make us sound like us. They've totally rewritten the rules for what we should expect from a synthetic voice. And you better believe the market has noticed. The company just hit a valuation of, get this, $1.1 billion. And that's not just Silicon Valley hype. It shows that the smart money sees this tech for what it is. It's a foundational tool. It's like the picks and shovels during the gold rush, but for the massive AI content explosion that's happening right now. And we're not just talking about English here. This boom is absolutely global. The platform works in over 70 languages. So think about what that means. A company can now take its message and share it all over the world, instantly, without ever having to book a single recording studio. It's wild. Of course, to do that, you need choices. And they have them. The voice library has more than 10,000 different voices sorted into all these categories. So whether you need a voice for an ad, a cartoon character, a serious documentary, or just a quick social media clip, you can literally find the perfect voice in seconds. The sheer variety is kind of mind-boggling. Okay, so that's the groundwork. Now let's look at the first of the two big pillars of ElevenLabs, the AI Creative Suite. This is basically the ultimate toolkit for anyone making content today. So the platform is pretty much split in two. Think of it this way. On one hand, you've got Eleven Creative. That's all about making stuff, like voiceovers for videos, entire audiobooks, or dubbing a film. Then on the other hand, you have ElevenAgents. That's for building things that can talk back to you in real time. We'll get to that part in just a bit. So when you pop the hood on Eleven Creative, you find this whole arsenal of tools. It goes way beyond just basic text-to-speech. You can literally design a brand new voice just by describing it. You can clone an existing voice. You can pull a clean vocal track out of a noisy recording. Heck, you can even get super accurate transcriptions and generate AI music and sound effects. It's the whole package. Let's take the voice isolator tool, for example. It's a perfect showcase of how powerful yet simple this stuff is. You know when you have a recording, but there's a ton of background noise, like a car horn or people talking in an office? You just upload that file, the AI does its thing, and strips out the voice, and you get a perfectly clean track to download. For anyone who does audio editing, that is a total game changer. And this obsession with quality isn't just for making voices. Take their speech-to-text model, Scribe V2. According to their own tests, it's actually more accurate at transcribing audio than the heavy hitters like GPT-4o and Gemini. That tells you a lot. They're not just playing in the voice generation space. They're aiming to be the best at voice understanding, too. But, you know, it's not all just about the tech. ElevenLabs is also building a whole community. They've set up this marketplace where creators, voice actors, anyone really, can share their voice and actually get paid for it. We're talking over $1 million already paid out. It's a totally new way for voice talent to earn passive income. All right, so remember that second pillar I mentioned? Let's talk about it now. The conversational AI platform, ElevenAgents. This is where the technology stops just making audio and starts having a conversation. The whole point here is to build AI agents that don't just sound human, but feel human. These agents can talk to you, they can type, and this is the key part. They can actually do things in the real world. They can tap into a company's data to check on your order or book you an appointment. They're not just chatbots, they're action takers. And the uses for this are, well, huge. Everything from smart customer support bots to, and this is cool, characters in video games. Just picture it, an NPC in a game that isn't just spitting out the same 3 pre-recorded lines. Instead, it can actually listen to what you, the player, are saying, figure out what you want, and talk back with a unique emotional voice, right there on the spot. That's a whole new level of immersion. And that right there is why the quality of the voice is so critical. Felix Yu from Scale AI said it perfectly. The voice adds a punchy feel. Without that realistic voice, an AI agent is really just another chatbot, right? It's the voice that turns a boring, functional task into a genuinely engaging conversation. Okay, this all sounds super impressive on paper, but are big companies actually using it? Let's take a look at how some of the biggest brands in the world are putting this tech to work right now. Let's start with a huge name, NVIDIA. They actually used ElevenLabs voice cloning for parts of their CEO's big keynote speech. Now here's the crazy part. They only needed 7 minutes of his audio to create the clone. And they had it ready to go, narrating in both English and Mandarin in less than an hour. That's just an insane turnaround. Or how about Toyota? They ran this whole marketing campaign with an AI voice of quarterback Brock Purdy. And it wasn't just a gimmick. It resulted in over 12,000 customer interactions. And get this, more than 25% of those chats led to someone taking a real step, like booking a test drive. We're talking about real bottom-line results here. And one more, this time focused on user experience, chess.com. They brought ElevenLabs voices into their app, and it totally transformed the feel of it, adding this whole new dimension to learning and playing chess online. It's a perfect example of how the right voice can make a digital experience feel so much more personal and immersive. So all of this brings us to a final and pretty deep thought. As this technology gets better and becomes more a part of our daily lives, it really makes you stop and think about what a voice even is anymore. And that leads to a really big question, one that touches on everything from our identity to our security. When your voice becomes software, when it can be copied, translated, and used by anyone, anywhere, who's actually in control of it?